Hello, everyone. I'm Jean-Claude at BeyondMystic, and welcome to this deep woo-woo episode entitled The Wacky Woo with none other than JSNIP4. You can find his work at JSNIP4 here on YouTube and also on his Patreon at patreon.com/JSNIP4. Joe, welcome back to the show, man.
Thanks. Yeah.
How are things doing?
Pretty good, I guess. You know, I like you got my channel terminated recently and trying to build it back up, but no, most people still don't even know. They just
I know.
they think, oh, it's been a while since he's posted again. You know, he's taken a couple weeks off. It's like, no,
Yeah.
I'm posted. I'm just not there.
It takes a while. It takes a while. It's annoying. I know. Well, while we're at that, let me bring that up in case my audience here is still looking for you. So, guys, yes, Joe lost his channel a couple of weeks ago, just after me, a couple of days after mine, actually.
Yeah.
So he's now JSNIP4 2 in brackets here. Let me bring that link back down to the live chat so you guys can go click on that and do go and subscribe. And I'll also add that to the description box below here in case you guys are watching this on replay.
Yeah, watch out for the scammers who pretend to be me. You know, that crap. They're already back on.
Oh, me too. Like, yeah. I was barely on one video, 3 subscribers, and I already had a scammer JC saying, "Hey, nice to meet you. Call over here. This one."
What's up? Yeah.
It ain't me, folks. So if anybody's contacting you that way, it's not me. It's not Joe. We're suffering from these weird. They're not robots. They're
just scammers. They're real people. They're scammers. The bot is the one that posts on YouTube. That's definitely a bot.
Right.
But it just keeps posting the same message, WhatsApp, you know, blah, blah, blah. It pretends to look like it's us. They use our icon. Mm-hmm. You can report them. They get reported. They go away. They immediately create a new account. You know, they just come right back in.
Yep. Joe's new channel. Oh, I already have it. Okay, so guys, it's already in the description box below. If you guys are looking for Joe's channel, you're watching this on replay, you guys can find that. All right, Joe. Hey, what happened? Where did I go?
Hey, how's it going? Hey,
there we go. Okay,
talking to myself.
Yeah. All right. See you later, Joe. You can handle the show from here. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us on this live interactive show. We'll be taking your comments as we go and some questions as well. We're just going to shoot the shit and have fun with you guys as we normally do. But first, let's talk about these weird energies from space, Joe. What the hell? Did you see the Schumann resonance last week? Did you get weirder dreams than you usually get? Let's start there. Like, tell us how you're feeling through all of this.
No, I didn't feel anything or get anything new. I'm already getting weird dreams. So nothing new on that front. Yeah, strange energies from space. As Cliff said, people are going to go crazy, wacko, all kinds of stuff. Mm-hmm. And it's just, I mean, I look on Twitter and some sites every day, and it's just something new that's just beyond, like, you think it's fake. Like, there's no way they just did that. Or, that, you know, they didn't just do that in Australia again. You know, you can't go outside. You can't talk to people. You can't do it. I'm like, is this real? It is real. No kidding. Because 3 people tested positive. Oh, my God. You know, 3 people in the entire city tested positive. Lock all of Australia down again.
Yeah.
Like, what?
It's not the onion. Not the onion. Like, I saw something in France, too, about the go to jail for 6 months if you enter a place without a certain pass. And I'm like, are you guys nuts? And of course, Macron had his car turned around, like so many protesters throwing bottles at him. Like, man, every time I think, okay, that's it. Like, they're done with this. They're not going to, keep going with this. They keep going with this. They keep pushing and pushing.
It starts with bottles being thrown.
Yeah.
Probably going to get worse if they don't back off, because that's what history shows us.
I'm not inciting violence, so you know. I'm just talking about history here. Remember in France when Marie Antoinette said, "Let them eat cake"? Well, you saw what the French people did. So, maybe you new politicians should go back and read history. That's all I'll say. And of course, I'm not advocating for violence in no such way. We are for unity, diversity, and sustainability here on this channel.
And we're happy Pride LGBTQ members.
Q, whatever, everything else too. Yes, I identify as a pineapple. Didn't you know? Right. So true, JC. Gigi says, yeah, I know. Crazy times. Joe, are we here? Are we at the crash you were talking about? I saw your video last night. I watched it. And it seems to me that maybe we're not quite there yet. Although, in a lot of cases, you're already vindicated on some of your earlier predictions. Let's start there. What do you think is going on with this crypto market? And what perhaps are we going to see in the next couple of days here?
Well, let me start by saying there's a guy I follow on Twitter that has some certain letter of the alphabet stuff he posts, just like he tries to decode stuff and things like that. And he's like, look, I'm pretty sure about this, you know, because he's trying to figure stuff out too. He's not always like, oh, I'm always right, you know. He's just, I think I got this one, you know, check it out. And he's talking about, you know, remember how they always used to post 5 for 5 or 5 a lot. So he goes, there's something with 55 weeks or days. He goes, it's if you go back 55 days, there's certain types of posts that thing would do. And he goes, if you go, you can go forward and backward. And he goes, sometimes it's plus or minus 1 day. That's it. You know, okay. So I was like, so he mentioned something about July 23rd in this little recent how to decode the map, you know, as his new theory. But he didn't say exactly what about the 23rd. So I remarked in Twitter, hey, is that the next 55-day thing? And I never got a reply, you know, it was a couple hours ago. So I'm not sure, but things are definitely ramping up. And again, if we have some kind of major thing about to happen, and it sure seems like the governments around the world are ready for it, gearing up big time.
They're ramping up, yeah.
You know, we've got this cyber polygon thing going on right now. I'm guessing I don't know when it ends or if it was what it was, but it's a, you know, hackathon, you know, scenario, all kinds of stuff getting hacked. And sure as shit, you know, some banks got in trouble the other day and they went down, and we've already heard about the pipeline, the Bitcoin, they wanted a Bitcoin ransom, and then there was another ransom, and it's like, okay. So John McAfee had what we call a dead man switch, allegedly. And allegedly it was also, or something, I shouldn't say also, it supposedly has something to do with a coin he created on the Ethereum blockchain called Whacked, the same thing on his arm tattoo, Whacked. And he got whacked, allegedly. And someone said, no, it's either 2 dates I was hearing. It was today. Someone said, no, it's the 20th. And other people were like, no, it's the 23rd. And that's when his dead man switch kicks in, you know, fully or whatever. So the speculation is, well, if it's on the blockchain, an ETH contract, which his was, and they noticed after he died, the wallet mysteriously started sending tiny amounts of crypto out of his crypto, this whacked crypto.
Right.
So if it's on the Ethereum block, and all this is speculation. So if it's on the Ethereum blockchain, and the club realizes, oh, that's what's going to happen, that's how he's going to get it out. 31 terabytes of data. You can't exactly put that on the any blockchain, really. I mean, not like they send you a transaction, it's 31 terabytes. It would have to be individual pieces being just constantly broadcasted for God knows how long to put out 31 terabytes, but
parsed, yeah,
probably a few weeks maybe to get that out, you know, without clogging everything up. But so there's that possibility, or within one of these transactions, maybe the main transaction, let's say that comes up in the next few days, let's just for pretend, let's say, has some data in there that we all go, oh, we got to go over here to get it, and then everyone can go on the internet and grab it. It could be something as simple as that. And then now you have access to the 31 terabytes of data, like instantly, and everyone can just start downloading it.
Right.
So I have no idea. That's just complete speculation. But I'm bringing this up because if this happens, and you need to not let this happen because you're about to be exposed, you and your buddies, and it's bad. It's real bad. The club, let's say. You're going to have to stop ETH. You're going to have to stop the network. And if you can't stop that one particular network by just doing something, it's on the internet, therefore the internet's going to have a problem, in my opinion. So if the internet has a problem, cryptos automatically have a problem, because that's has to be up for cryptos to even work. But of course, so same with most everything, credit card stuff and online purchase. Like, I mean, it would affect everything, but at least it would stop it for a little while, thus causing a major correction, I would say, to the downside. You know, black swan. No one saw this. All the TA charts said this. Doesn't matter. Because this black swan event, which isn't even a black swan, if it happens, we're kind of prepared for it. But nonetheless, it'll be put out as a black swan happened, and oh, the internet went down, or oh, the Ethereum blockchain crashed today. They can't get it back up, and you know, something like that. If it has nothing to do with cryptos, and it's some other mechanism that somehow gets out to us, and obviously it has to use the internet somehow. And again, they take certain parts of the internet out or whatever. Then what? Because people might have forgotten, but you know, supposedly years ago, Obama, and I'll just search for this real quick.
Oh, the internet kill switch.
Obama internet kill switch. And I'll just look at some headlines. Should Obama's internet kill switch power be curbed? BBC, November 24th, 2010. Obama signs order outlining emergency internet control. July 10th, 2012. Right? So, what was that for? And his guy, Biden, his next in command at the time, is now supposedly our, pretendency, as some people call him, our president. Would he flip the switch? Of course he could, and would, upon being told to. So, one way or the other, I'm expecting some event to trigger the big eyeballs open. Oh my God, this is what Joe's been talking about for the last few months. He's been waiting on. Those two last dips were pretty heavy duty, but they ain't what I was waiting up, and the numbers aren't there. It's not enough. That's why I said nope. That's like part one. There's still another one coming, and I think it's going to be triggered by an event. It will not be the typical like the other two. What caused the other two to really crash down? Nothing really. There's always a stupid news story that just, like the freaking gas goes up 13 cents. A pipeline in Kyrgyzstan has been attacked today. How much oil do they provide to the whole world? 0.005%.
Yeah, not even.
Oh, but the whole world just pays 13 cents on average higher?
Right.
Again, it's just a news story. It's fake. It's all fake. It's all manipulation. So I just think there's going to be an event that causes it. Now, could I be blindsided and there's no event, but the market still dumps? Sure. I'm still expecting it one way or the other. Yeah, absolutely. But this would be a heavy one to just hit right now.
Right.
But my friend Amy, she's a friend of mine now. Her and her husband Larry, they own the Trike company, aviation.
Yeah.
And she's got some woo-woo gifts that she's locked away a long time ago. She had nobody in her family that would support it, talk about it. It just got locked away. I happened to walk into their hangar one day, and all of a sudden, all the shit starts coming back to her. And she's like, it's your fault, But she's open to dealing with it now and working with it. So a lot of things have happened with her. So one day, I'm asking, like, in my nighttime sleep, hey, can I see something crypto, blah, blah, blah. And the next thing I know, I'm like, I wake up, I got absolutely nothing, not even a regular dream. She calls me, oh my gosh, I got a crazy dream last night. What? I got a crypto prediction. I'm going, oh, I've had this happen before. I go, all right, let's hear it. You got my answer. What is it? And she was saying, she goes, all right, a friend of ours named, we called him Mr. Bill. He was a really nice guy, beautiful guy. We miss him so much. He died a couple years ago. Just a sweet man. He's like, we talk about him all the time.
Right.
And she goes, he comes into my dream and he says, Amy, you got to get my daughter, which she knows her, into this crypto stuff. And soon, because the big drop's coming, and on the 26th. So this was back in May, actually. May, a few days before the 26th, like maybe a week before the 26th or 5 days or something. And so she goes, by the way, he didn't tell me the month. He just said that to me. And I've only got a few days, if it's this month, to get his daughter ready, get her cash in the account, like time's ticking. She goes, but I'm not sure if it's this month or next month. He didn't say. So I'm like, well, okay. So I told people this interesting thing that happened on Patreon. And now this other lady, SL369 Crypto, she's a psychic that gets stuff in her dreams. And she's made some calls with prices that, sooner or later they hit, and she's right a lot. So she was getting the 25th. And she too said, I got no month. So she goes, I don't know if it's this month or next month. I'm assuming this month because she goes, there's still a few days left before we get to that date. So I'm going, wow, she says the same thing. Hers is the 25th. My friend's the 26th. They had no idea about each other. June came and went, 26th, nothing, 25th, nothing.
Right.
But now we're in July. And my date, my just honestly throw a dart date really on what I think, if I'm guessing, I was going to think around on or about the 23rd.
Let me add a few
2 to 3 days.
Yeah, let me add a few things to those dates.
So it could be this month.
Yeah, and see how all of this ties in here. So let me just first bring up, this is total market cap crypto right now. We've seen these two really dead cat bounce, if you want to call it that, and now perhaps another one coming down here.
It's lower. It's lower lows basically.
Yeah, exactly. So now you just mentioned we started with potentially some type of trigger being switched on the July 23rd for this WACK coin, and some of this data maybe coming out.
Yeah, and I gave that date because people have given it to me. I really haven't even looked for sure. Like, okay, what date he died?
I had originally seen something a couple of weeks ago saying that I don't even know. Maybe Cliff High tweeted about something that some master node code, something had changed somewhere. I forget what was it him or somebody else? So I thought it was already started, maybe not. I don't know. And like you, I don't know that this is related to July 23rd.
Yeah.
What is though, this was my interview with Bo Polney a couple of days ago. He's doing the cycles of times analysis. And if you look at this line here, where did it go? Hold on a second. I had it 2 seconds ago. Is this the right chart? Where's my July 23rd? It's on here. Why do I not see it? Do you see that?
I see it.
Do you see it July 23rd?
Oh, that kind of date? I see
July 9th?
22nd,
No,
2021.
Maybe I'm on the wrong slide here.
44 days.
Man,
August. I see August is a bluish greenish one. And then before that was September. Yeah, it's in between there, but it's nothing on there.
Yeah.
It should be before August and after the September one, and right in the middle.
So I apologize to Bo Polney. He knows the stuff by heart here. But at any rate, I'll keep talking here, and I'll try to find the slide and not confuse the people here. But essentially, he had this weird thing with 45 and related to president number 45. And then when he was adding these dates to the last 400 days or 444 days, again, don't quote me on this. This is more his stuff. He was getting exactly on July 23rd. And he was like, that's weird. So July 23rd, and it's also where he shared this with me, but it wasn't for public stuff. It's for his private members on the crypto calls. But he was looking at, I'll just say very close to those dates again here too in the graphs and how it's showing up on his timeline. So I thought, okay, that's really fascinating. Now move back 2 or 3 weeks. Cliff had posted something a while back saying that we would see fear of missing out in July for people who are not in crypto. So he posted that maybe a month or so ago.
Yeah, I remember that.
Just posted on the 15th saying, okay, be advised from July 23rd to the 27th. We have spiking emotional building tensions within a large emotional release period. Now, he just did a video on this called the Tippy Woo. So if you guys want to go check that out on BitChute, it's bitchute.com/cliff_high. And he explains what he's seeing here. Essentially, you said something about a dark or a black swan. There's also the FF. He's seeing a graph there in terms of emotional spike and release, very similar to things he's seen in the past in other events that relate to the words you just said. So whether or not that's positive or negative, we're not so sure, but something big is coming up on his radar starting on or about the 23rd. Now, I know that you and I and Cliff, and there's a couple of emails going back and forth in the last couple of weeks. Is there anything else you want to add to that, or you think is fair to add to that here with respect to his prediction and the 23rd?
Yeah, no, I'm just kind of sitting back, we're watching, see what happens. I mean, we might see something where, today's the 20th, so let's just say tonight, tomorrow, the next day, that's the 21st, 22nd, all of a sudden the crypto dumps on whatever, no news, some news, nothing, and then those next few days come in and it rockets. So it's the rocket process. I was like, okay, well, that's interesting. We had a big event and it was the Fed getting out of control. Everyone's panicking to own crypto. It's skyrocketing, but the dump just happened 2 days before that, which again would show it's all rigged. It's all the club making their money the way they do, pull the markets down and up right in the nick of time. I don't know exactly how it's going to go, but today's the 20th. Woo Dude also had something about plus or minus 7 days on the 20th. He goes, the closer we get, he goes, I think it's going to be like the 20th and past. Next few days kind of thing. He goes, I can feel it. There's something I just feel like something's going to happen. That's really big.
Dork Master here says, JC, when are you going to get Snippy, Bix, and Cliff together? I asked Cliff yesterday. I was on the live stream between the lines. And he says, yeah, we'll do something. So hopefully we could get every back on here, kind of what we did when it was in the Dark series, I think it was called. That would be really awesome if we can get him on and do something. But let me bring this one up here, Joe, too. With relation to what you just said, maybe the fuse has already been lit. And you remember a couple of weeks ago, you had tweeted this too, and I think I had retweeted you. And this was kind of like a nothing burger because the Fed and mainstream media kind of like, quadruple, adjustments, blah, blah, blah. It's only 5%. It's not double digits. Okay. Until such time as they admit that it's double digits. And maybe
like they always do when they go back and revise it and go, oh, oops.
Right. So
but even then, usually the news cycle's over, so it doesn't matter anyways.
Right. But in this case, though, if we are in double digits and people realize even the normies down the line, hold on, what? Inflation is at 20%, 30%?
Yeah, I saw the thing on the cable soup thing you posted from Zero Hedge.
No soup for you.
Yeah, don't show Biden. But I saved 16 cents on my 4th of July barbecue. Just nonsense.
Oh, it's absolute nonsense. But at a certain point, the rubber hits the road, and potentially, rubber's hitting the road in Arizona too. You know, there's a lot of nice roads in Arizona, and people are doing a lot of work over there to clean things up. And apparently, the signs are more clear on the roads in Arizona. If you guys can read my language here, so that could be something that again would have to trigger some type of an event in order to change the channel. So we talked about these cyber attacks maybe being one thing to turn the channel over from maybe the data dumps from the McAfee switch, but maybe there's something else. So it could be the economy, could be the inflation, it could be
some external event again.
Well, yeah, that's
an FF possibly.
That's the last place I was going with this. We've got some little UFOs going on everywhere. We've been primed for this. Everybody was all excited about this countdown to disclosure. The report came out last month on the 26th, I believe it was, and it was like, blah, 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 tic-tacs, okay, whatever. Just like the folks at Crypto Viewing had a remote viewed about this, yeah, the report was going to be a nothing burger. That being said, though, everybody was primed for something. So was that event or that report delayed? Was it switched at the last minute because they weren't ready to pull off what they're trying to pull off? They were trying to do another Hail Mary to prevent something else. I don't know. It just, dude, it feels like I entitled this The Wacky Woo, and let's bring that poster back up. It very much feels like we're in that right now, the Twilight Zone. We're in this.
Let me post this or read this to you.
Okay.
So there's a guy on that. Probably many of people listening will have heard this guy. If you're on Twitter, you follow anything on me on Twitter. This guy, John Here to Help, at John Here to Help. He was an insider because he worked within the government, said he was tortured, a whistleblower. He's given out tweets about things, Nancy Pelosi, all kinds of stuff. And then months later, he'll do a little retweet, just like Entheo Shines used to do, a little retweet of his own tweet. And it's like, oh my God, we're there right now. It's happening right now. So he's done this too many times for me to ignore. So he just posted today something really interesting. The White House, Pelosi, and her staff are all infected with COVID at the same time. So the top 1, 2, and 3 positions in our government are infected, possibly with the new lethal Delta variant. What does that do for continuity of government? If they were incapacitated, well, who would be installed? And that's all he said. It'd be the Senate top president guy, so-and-so, someone had mentioned, but I don't know. Honestly, I'm not sure what the chain of command is on that. After all, I mean, all of them go to get in trouble.
I'm looking for that. Oh, here it is on Zero Hedge. I saw that. What's interesting about that too is that they supposedly have it, and they already had 2 doses. So, right?
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Right, that's the other thing. That's like, things that make you go,
So somebody says, just real quick, President pro tempore would be Senator Grassley. And someone said, oh, well, I could live with Grassley for a while if Trump's not ready to come back. That's what they said. What they say? So unfortunately, the President pro tempore of the U.S. Senate office holder is currently Patrick Leahy, not Grassley. That's what somebody else said. So I'm not sure. Someone said it's Leahy now. Leahy, Harvey pronounced his name, so I don't know. But at any rate, interesting comment by that guy, because he's usually retweeting something later on going, oh, look, and it happened.
Yeah, something to pay attention to. This too. Again, here today getting grilled on all of this, and somebody
his freaking, I don't know if you have that up, where his hands are shaking.
No, I haven't seen that.
The close-up of his hands when he's being asked. He got a little rubber band he's like fidgeting with.
Oh, really? Yeah.
But his hands, his whole hand, fingers are shaking.
Wow.
That son of a bitch is scared to death right now. The heat is on. He knows it's on. And I don't know if it might have been Penny Kelly, one of her looksies recently, or maybe in the last month ago. I don't know who it was. I think it was her, where she said something about Fauci. He would go down as a martyr. and basically ultimately say, yeah, I was doing the world a favor, something like that.
Wow.
At the last basically minute when it's too bad, when he's, in some sort of position, I guess, of being in trouble. That was her psychic insight. So
it's very possible. And now we have this lawsuit. I know you tweeted about this yesterday, 45,000 deaths. That's all I'll say for now, attached to all of this story here that was being hidden from us. So that too could be absolutely devastating to the narrative. So again, we have all of these things pointing to perhaps something huge next week. And so how is the officialdom going to react to maybe...
Now, are you hearing that this coming week also, which supposedly it could be this week that we're in, those results and whatnot about, what you just talked about, are really going to come out, and they're going to show it. Like, here's what we got. I've heard that that's supposed to come out any day now.
Right. I was alluding to that in the beautiful state, where they're doing a lot of work to have clarity on the roads. Yeah, of course, we're speaking code here, but at any rate, Joe and I are free. Every time they delete us, we feel, okay, let's just keep going. Like the stain that never leaves the carpet, or I forget what that expression is in English, but you get my drift. So yeah, it could be that too. So again, so many things hitting at officialdom. And you know what? You got to give credit to Cliff High here too, because back in March, I believe it was, he was saying that this year, all of these things would come back and they would lose control of that narrative and they would get desperate. And we're seeing the signs of desperation all over the place now. And we're seeing people jump over from that timeline of the mainstream media here to the Wu timeline. And this is why the censorship is so high here. So on that, two notes. One, folks, if you're on my Patreon, I'm still trying to fix that. I'm close to implementing 1 or 2 different fixes, depending on a third party here that I'm waiting for, and this is causing the delays. In the meantime, I've been disconnected from you guys. I'm not allowed to respond to you guys on Patreon, so I keep doing these update videos here on YouTube. So just go check out my last YouTube videos where I say updates in them, and I explain to you what's happening. So I want to thank you guys, if you're one of my Patreon members, for your support and for holding on here as I figure out how to implement the fix to that. I'm very, very close. I've been doing a lot of work here in the last 2 weeks trying to resolve that for you guys. And the second thing was Penny Kelly. So last week, you just mentioned the last look-see. We were supposed to do a show, Breaking the Clouds, on Friday, and she got surgery on that day. And she canceled the show. She canceled her stuff on her Patreon too. I did speak to her today, and today was the first day that she was feeling better. She had more mobility. She can do basic things, getting out of bed and all that stuff. And so we spent a little bit of time on the phone earlier today. So she's doing much better. So thank you everyone who participated with Solretta and I last Friday to send healing energy to Penny. She was very, very much appreciative of all that, and she is feeling better. And she's given me the date. So not this Friday, but next Friday, we will reschedule that Breaking the Clouds episode. And again, there we're talking about that white wall that she kept seeing in all of her look-sees. And now for the first time, she's seeing past the white wall. So stay tuned for that episode. And if you want to get a hint of all that, you can check out the episode on our pay-per-view. That one is up and running now. A la carte. So let me bring that up to show you guys what it looks like. So you're looking for this episode here. There's only that one episode of Penny Kelly here. And this is where we get into ETs and human trafficking and how all that relates to the story of that white wall and what's behind it for humanity. So amazing show. Go check that out at beyondmystic.net/pay-per-view.
Oh my God, that ET makes me very scary.
Yeah, he's an ugly one. I chose that one for a reason too. You'll get into it in the show here. We'll try to do a little bit of that on YouTube here too, but even Penny, usually I give all of these episodes to Penny so that she can post on her Patreon, and she's like, ooh, maybe I shouldn't post that on my Patreon.
I know.
That's your Patreon. I'm like, yeah, I don't blame you, Penny. If you like, I know it just is what it is right now. On that note too, right now, as it stands now, and I'm trying to remember what she said today, and this is for the audience here. She believes that this idea or this situation with the censorship will change or will have changed sometime in the fall. As we are right now, and don't forget, we have competing timelines and it's merging. That target can move, but she was guided to say up until that time, still be very, very, very careful on anything you post anywhere. And I was talking to Daphne about that too, because a lot of her content on her Patreon, I won't even get into that here. I'm just giving everybody else ammo. So never mind. Everything's fine, folks. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. We're all good. All right. Aces.
I sent you a private link to the shaking hands.
Okay, so let me play that. Let me see if this is a Twitter. Okay, copy. So we'll share that to the audience here. Thank you guys for bearing with us here. We have quite a few stories to talk about here today. And oh yeah, I can see.
He's got a rubber band in his hand he's fooling with, but his hands are shaking.
Well, the rubber band too is a technique to try to concentrate and remove your nervousness.
Yes.
Right? So
who has a rubber band at a hearing? Seriously, who has a rubber band in your hand screwing with it at a hearing? Give me a break.
Yeah.
They probably told him, take this in there and fiddle with it because you're, in case you shake to death.
Otherwise, you're going to give it away. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That is one of the telltale signs of a liar. If you ask any body language expert, FBI, whoever, how to tell if someone, like physical movement of someone who's lying, they won't look you in the eye, they'll look away, and they'll fidget with stuff, and they can even start shaking. Yeah.
There you go.
And Richard Greno is the one who's big Trump guy, is the one posting that. So it's like, I love it.
I love it. Yeah, things are heating up. I mean, what are you going to do this week? Let's talk about that. You're doing a lot of shamanic dreaming. You're also doing these meditations during the day. Have you felt the ability maybe to capitalize on a lot of this energy hitting the planet right now to kind of transmute that to maybe throw your antennas even further in your dreams? Are you seeing a difference right now in how you're picking up stuff or how things are coming at you? Let's get into that a little bit.
Well, one interesting thing I've noticed recently was like I'll have a dream, but I don't know I had the dream. Whereas before, I'll wake up going, I just either immediately wake up out of the dream going, I just had a dream and I remember it. Or I had the dream sometime with the night, but when I wake up, I remembered that I had it. So now, like recently, it's like I wake up and I'm like, wow, I didn't have any dreams. Nothing. I got nothing. I'm sitting there thinking about it. You sure? Yeah, no, I got nothing. A few minutes later, 10 minutes later, oh my God, there it is. I remember the whole thing comes flooding in. Like, and I remember everything. It wasn't like, what was it? I had a dream of something on a car. No, it's like, here's the whole dream. You remembered it immediately. So it comes in later, which is kind of weird because I didn't used to get it that way. And I'm just thinking it's, as I'm evolving in this process, that's something that will ultimately lead me to maybe where I can sit here like other psychic people and just go, oh, hold on, Spirit's talking like woo-woo dude. Spirit's telling me this right now, or whatever. And I'll get to that point. But Julianne, during a channeling, had mentioned, and this was not too long ago, like just fairly recently, maybe 2 months ago, where she's like, definitely keep going, keep working on the stuff because there's a window of time that's important right now. But she wouldn't elaborate on why or what. But so I think something's happening, whether it's this energy, whether it's the beings, spirit, like this is the big show. They're all here and not all of them are going to be staying for long after the thing is settled. Okay, they go away. But while they're here, hey, let's work on that guy. Let's work on that person. Let's, and maybe that's what's happening to me. I don't know. She didn't say why, but I'm thinking out loud. I don't know.
Wow, that's it. Dude, it could be. Again, all of these things are just kind of like merging or converging into this spot right now. So exciting times for sure. I just saw Cliff in the chat.
Yeah, I saw him too.
I sent you an email with the link to the show. If you want to come up and maybe spend 5-10 minutes with us and explain a little bit more about the 23 to the 28 here. Some of the audience here have mentioned to me in this show and in the show yesterday, they still have a lot of questions with respect to your Tippy Woo video. So maybe, perhaps, we can navigate some of the wordings here here and share with the audience a little bit more data on that. So Cliff, that is in your inbox now if you're still in the chat.
Someone was asking if my mirror scrying video is still available, which it was mainly for Patreon because it was on my other channel. I'm going to look real quick on Theta TV because yes, it's on Theta.
Do you want to bring up the link? We can show the audience.
Yeah.
Go ahead. And while Joe does that, Cliff says, oh, no, he's too knackered. Been inland. Made appointments since 5 a.m. Oh, man, I hear you. All the driving. And
I'll private message it to you.
Okay. So no worries, Cliff. We'll try to get that done some other time here. So this is the Theta TV. Okay, so Joe, let me bring this one up. Okay. And okay, so what am I looking at? What's this one again, Joe?
That is mirror scrying 101.
Okay.
Like what Voodoo taught me, and
okay. So
do it right, say the right things. You like to open the portal, protect it, close the portal, don't touch the mirror while it's open. Just stuff that he taught me.
the basics. Okay.
And like where I look, like now I look at my third eye when I do it. Whereas before, if I want to see faces change, like I want to see my past lives or something, I start off looking like in this area, and then your eyes kind of go out of phase a little bit, and then your face starts melting into other different faces. So for the last, I just stopped doing this a few days ago because I was told by the channel, Ashara's her name, who she channels, that you need to do this for the next 30 days. So she didn't say do what, just do mirror scrying. I'm like, okay, well I'm not going to ask to see faces. I guess I'll just do it. So I would do it, and I would notice my face really wouldn't change because I wasn't asking to see something like my past lives or something else, or people who dwelled on the mountain before us. I saw that one time, and but this time I would just see this like white, like almost instant, like I'm down now where I could just turn it on practically, and I have this weird little feeling. It's almost like my brain, my
like
third eye
comes out.
Not a tentacle, not quite, but like a frequency comes off, bounce off the mirror at just the right resonance, and comes back, and I have this weird sensation of like a vibration or like a frequency. I don't know what I'm going to call it. And when I feel that tuning in, I can just feel it, and then all of a sudden this white mist is like I can see it all in the mirror and all around me, outside the mirror through my peripheral. It's just like flooding my room, and then I can actually almost see the vibrational stuff going through the fog. But as soon as I snap back into the focus, it's all gone. So I was like doing that, and I was like, oh well, I could do that almost immediately. And then I got to the point where after like the 30 days where I can focus in on myself, do the white fog thing, and then I go, well, Voodoo told me I could see other things at some point if you keep doing this besides faces. So I tuned my whole face out, and I had black, because it's dark in here with this candlelight, and it was just black. And I go, wow, I just tuned my whole face out. I was like, oh, I haven't been able to do that before. So I'm like kind of progressing, but I was like doing it for 30 days, and I skipped a couple days. I had to, but anyways, that's just one of the things I did and was told to do again recently. So now she's got me doing these meditations during the day for like 20 minutes, in with some instructions or whatever. So I had some free time today finally, because so you went to the water park the other day. We already had plans to go to a water park in Georgia. But you got there first, even though our plans were still set in Georgia, though. And so you're like, I'm like, that son of a bitch. He's over there now, videotape, showing his video. We're going to be going there in a few days. So I'm like, how funny is that? I didn't know you were going, and you didn't know I was going. But I went there, and I did that one little video, I think, on the bed over there. And but she wanted me to do these 20-minute meditations. So anyways, I was been busy, and I'm like, okay, I got to start, because she wants me to do that for the next 30 days. To like go out there, do your meditation during the day, stay awake, don't try to go to sleep. So I went out there to the man cave today, and I was out there doing one, and I'm like, okay, she said listen to my music if I want, do that and whatever. So I'm doing what she said, and I'm just playing. I had these 3 songs playing. One was 12 minutes, one was probably 8 minutes, and the other one was like long. Well, the first one played, and then I think the second one played, and I'm like focused, meditating, focusing on stuff, certain things, and next thing I know, like I'm just sitting there, and I wake up, and it's pure silent, and I go, where the hell was I? And I don't remember anything, like other than I knew what I was doing. I'm not sure how long I was out, but I was sitting upright in a recliner. I wasn't like lounged back. I was sitting upright, just comfortable with that little weird feeling. Because now when I meditate, or when I go to bed at night and do my little sleep stuff, listen to the shamanic music and all that, that frequency thing I told you about with the mirror, that tunes in on me automatically now when I do these things. It's there. So I think that might have been part of what she wanted me to do it for 30 days straight for, was to get that going. So when I told her the other day, she's like, okay, you can stop that, do this now. And I'm like, okay. So anyways, it's just some weird shit I'm doing, but it's doing something. Okay, I can tell you that.
Well, that's awesome. And I heard your video last night, and people were asking about your shamanic music and your drums and all of that. And so you mentioned a few of those videos and songs that you listened to, the ones that you gave me, and I believe they were from,
that's probably it.
Yeah. So I have them here too, folks. So if you didn't find them after watching Joe's episode, just go to my website here, beyondmystic.net/links. And these are the songs that Joe gave me. This is now.
And this is a while ago. There's probably a few.
Yeah, 6-7 months ago. You've added a
there's
few
some new ones. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's
But
quite
those
a
are
few
good.
there.
Those are good to start with for sure and work on those.
Yeah, very good. Joe, we're 30 minutes in, 40 minutes in. Do you want to field a few questions about crypto? Just before we went live,
Sure,
there was a questions about XRP. So maybe we could start there. Let me bring up CoinMarketCap again here for the audience. And of course, you said something in your show the other day too, and I'm just going to paraphrase. You said something like, I wrote this down. I don't think I want all the Theta back. I want more XRP than Theta, quote unquote. What did you mean by that, Joe?
When I started placing my orders initially, because I sold my Theta at like 405, and like I said, I had about 28, 29, 30% more than I started with because I've been trading. But then we watched it go up to $15 and all that stuff, and of course now it's back down to 360 something. I mean, today was in the 360s.
Right.
But after just kind of going within and analyzing and thinking about things, I still have a big stash of Theta. I'm staking, and I don't need to touch it. So I was like, okay, well, here's how much money I got when I did that trade, and I could put it all back on these lower numbers I got in my dreams for Theta that I think are going to hit because we're getting fairly close. And I'm like, something's telling me like, yeah, but what about XRP? You know what it's going to do. And some of these other coins, even XPRT, the persistence coin.
I'm going to ask you about that one next here.
But for XRP, I just thought, if this thing's going to be something heavy duty with the new whatever financial system, Theta is not, but Theta has its own role, and I'm very happy with Theta, and I know it's going to go super high, so that's that thing. That's fine. But XRP, I think, has way more burst potential, I think, honestly, than Theta right now, because we just saw one of the biggest updates for Theta, 3.0, come out. You can do all your staking of T-Fuel now. You can stake Theta and T-Fuel, like all this great shit. And it didn't do anything. I'll be let it known. I never came out on Patreon or a YouTube video go, hey guys, you know how normally when these things do updates come out, the things spike. We ought to get in a trade. Nope. And sure enough, it did nothing and has actually gone down after a great update. So that's interesting.
Well, let me just interrupt you very quickly. In the last Beyond Crypto Woo report with Janine, she had looked at Theta and she says, "Oh, it's in trouble. It's going down." Everybody's like, "Don't say that about Theta." Everybody was freaking out. And yet, this upgrade happened. We were all expecting it. Last time, I think I had Bix on. He says, "Oh, by the time this next upgrade happens, we're going to see it at $30 or $40 or whatever." And that was, I think, in maybe the last month he said that. So here we're now sitting at $3. So thinking, okay, there was a little bit of trouble there.
Paging Bix Weir.
I almost called him on the show tonight. Like, come and talk to Joe here. Let's look at this market and see what the hell's going on. And so Bix, if you're listening, come on in. And we're supposed to do another crypto talk with Bix here very soon. He was having some issues with his bandwidth last week when we were supposed to be on. So we're trying to reschedule that again too. So going back to XRP, here's the funny thing too. When are we going to see finally this lawsuit be dismissed?
Look at that number. Look at the number.
5225.
It was just 5222. You just missed it.
Oh shoot. Okay, there you go.
Triple twos, baby.
Wow.
As soon as you put it on there, 222.
There you go.
Here we go. And now it's 7.22%. Go figure.
Let's talk about the lawsuit here. Again, in the Beyond Crypto Woo, Janine said, "Oh, is this bit in trouble? It feels like it's going to move out of troubled waters." That's what she was picking up. And a few other psychics said the same thing. But that was like a month ago and then 2 months ago for the previous one. Why is this on hold, Joe? Do you have any other insights on that?
I have no insights on it. It's just going through the normal process. They file something, they got 30 days or whatever to respond, or sometimes it's 20 days. They respond. The other party has 20 or 30 days to respond. And we're going to motion for this, 20, 30 days to respond to the motion. Are you okay with the motion? Whatever. So I don't see anything on that front, but
okay.
Like if it happened today, the lawsuit, XRP would jump. But where's it going to jump to from 50 cents? And it's not like it's being announced that the world's going to use it all of a sudden, and the banks are going to use it. That's not announced. It's just the lawsuit went away.
Right.
Okay, great. Right. So, it'd be a nice little pump. Maybe it'll double. That'd be a nice little pump. But I think we're going down really soon. Again, I just feel it, but and when these things hit, hopefully all of our orders fill, or we have big bags all of a sudden, and we sit back and wait. Then the announcement can come in a month or 2 or 3 from now, later in the year, September, October possibly, and either the thing's dismissed or they withdraw. Something happens and they're cleared. Michelle White Dove seemed to think that if it went to court, and she goes, it might be very likely, like where it goes to trial.
Right.
She goes, I think they're gonna win. Like Ripple will win the actual lawsuit. Like they may not have to settle. She goes, and I don't know if it was her, it might have been her, where she goes, it's almost like I feel like they're gonna get to a point where they're gonna try to do a settlement again. And then Ripple's gonna be like, we tried that in the beginning. Nah, let's go all the way. And then they clean their clocks, basically in court, and actually win. But again, maybe this is all by design. They're supposed to lose. It's all, everything's a damn show. Everything you think is just really manipulation at some level.
Let's talk to the person who's maybe newer to this and who's not into the trading, who's not sure how to do this.
Yeah.
They're listening to you saying, hey, okay, might drop, maybe another 30% from here. Well, I'm not saying XRP, but in general, you said the market can go 30 to maybe 70% in some coins here in a very short order. But for the people who are just new to this, should they even wait? Should they just get their position now? I had Bo Pony on the show the other day. He's like, why, guys, are you trying to time this? If you're new to all of this, and you don't know how to place orders and all that stuff, really, you're risking it, because after the 23rd, he was also gunning on the 23rd, something happens, and we're in FOMO territory, as Cliff I was saying 2 months ago for the end of July. People's heads are just exploding, and all your neighbors and your friends are saying, help me buy Bitcoin, right? So something's going to happen to trigger that. So at this stage of the game, we're sitting here on July 20th.
Well, okay, so Woo Woo Dude messaged me, I think 2 days ago.
Okay.
He goes, Mark, and that's when this last down leg started again, and then it kind of got worse throughout the day. By the end of the day, it was worse, and then today it's down a little even more, whatever. Not that it's down much more, but he goes, I know you guys have these numbers and you're trying to hit them, and he goes, honestly, that these numbers could absolutely come. He goes, but again, my gut was spirit telling me I'm not gonna be able to catch it. Like, I won't be able to do it because I'm just using regular Coinbase, and for whatever reason, something's gonna happen. I just won't be able to catch it. So they're telling me anytime now is good for me. So he goes, I got back in. I sold at 52, got back in at 33 or 4 because he couldn't get in at 31 because of stupid Coinbase freezing up.
Exactly.
But that was a little while back. So he goes, might not be a bad idea if you guys started scraping a little right now, getting in there. Yeah. Like, just have a little bit now, just in case your orders don't fill, or some of them don't fill, or something happens. At least you got some skin in the game now.
And even for the advanced traders. But listen, even for the advanced traders who've got their limits put in and all that, what if we're looking at a scenario, a cyber attack or whatever, and this is all down, and this is the excuses, the exchanges, oh, sorry, Bitcoin went down to 12 grand, but we couldn't place your orders because of this cyber attack thing, and here we are, we're back at 80, 2 days later.
Yes, that's very possible, but I look at things this way too. So if this happens, whatever the reason, doesn't matter. This is a planned dump in my eyes, hands down. So if I'm the club, I have to be able to also go buy some of that shit because I'm the one who's doing this. So I want some at these low prices. I broadcasted in my stealthily ways to all my friends on Twitter and CBS News and everything else, NBC. And we're waiting for this, and we're going to capitalize. So that means they wouldn't be able to fill orders either. There's no way they're going to be able to fill their giant bags with, OTC. There's no real OTC market these days, from what I know. Everybody's just playing on these exchanges. Right. But the biggest exchange is Binance. A lot of people use that one. A lot of other exchanges are connected to Binance and other exchanges, so there's this interliquidity going on. So let's just say the internet goes down, right? Or something happens. You can't get on. You can't log in. But the exchange is functioning. It's just no one can really get to it, right? You're going to have a lot of people on there that have orders with triggers. Mm-hmm. If it goes to this level, it triggers automatically. It will sell automatically. Mm-hmm. So they may have orders up here, having fun up here, and they're going, but if it drops this far down, liquidate. Mm-hmm. And they have a trigger in there. Right. So if they have a trigger, and it triggers because shit's going crazy and what little actions happened on there, everyone was, again, panicking, whatever, and it's sold. Their shit's triggering. They can't even log in to change the trigger, much less do anything about it. And me, my sorry ass is sitting over here going, my order's just filled. and barely anybody was on the exchange because all these triggers triggered.
Right.
And my orders filled.
I could
But
see
my orders
it.
have been sitting in there for like, a long time. And I go and check just to make sure like they didn't get canceled on accident. Like I looked last night going, okay, they're there. They're still functioning. They just haven't triggered yet. My orders.
I can see what you're saying, and I'm not trying to be a dick here. I'm just like look at all sides here, because my understanding could be completely wrong, but my understanding is that these exchanges have what you call preferred windows for bigger institutional players, not necessarily OTCs, but I don't know what to call them at this point. Look at what Robinhood did when they had the whole GameStop saga, right? They completely stamped out the little guys, and the big guys were still playing in the back room. What the fuck, right? So they could potentially do something like that, where, as you say, the gang members here, they all know, okay, at this time, the controlled dump, we're all buying, and everybody else is going to.
Okay, so my answer to that would be, I'm pretty sure. Let's just say XRP, the target is 27 cents. Okay, like, that's the target.
Right.
But let's say, pretend, I have orders at 29 cents. If the club has orders at even 28, 27.5, 27 to their target number, and they get preferential treatment, well, mine have to fill no matter what because my number is higher. Right. There's no way that a 27-cent order will fill without my 28 or 29 filling. Impossible.
Right.
But if I too had 27-cent orders and they had 27-cent orders, you're probably right.
I feel like I'm in a Get Smart episode. What if he knows that I know that he knows that I know that he knows that I know what he's going to do, right?
Inconceivable.
So yeah. So maybe they know that you guys have stamped out at 29, and they're going to put it at 29.5 just not to fuck with you guys, and they put a line in the stand. So I don't know. We could go at this all day. But folks, here's the point of all this. You see how complicated it is?
It's risky.
It's risky. That's the point. That's the point. So if you're all not sure about this and you're certain of the fact that his hyperinflation is here to stay, it's not transitory as we're being told, you can see it in your prices and your everyday shopping. You know this for a fact. You don't need the news to tell you what's going on. If you're certain of that and you want to take moves into the crypto, maybe gold and silver as well, maybe don't wait. Start taking little bites here and there. Get your insurance policy into place as best you can, and don't be too greedy about it. It is what it is. Because the other thing is too, depending on these prices, man, I gotta tell you, I could do a whole other show on this, but never mind that. It's risky, but take your positions as best you can, and do what feels right for you. Do what feels right. At the end of the day, you're responsible for yourself. You're responsible for your family, the people you provide for. So really think about it. But we're at really weird times. And I agree with Cliff too. Whether it's the FOMO at the end of July kicking in after hyperinflation, or a huge shock of news that really destabilizes the last remaining confidence in the dollar, something's about to hit. We're not sure what. It could be a combination of all of things we've talked about here tonight. So crazy time.
I see what dude's up in the house too. Tony says, but someone has to trigger their sell orders for you to buy. When I'm talking about the trigger is like a stop loss. So when you set an order up, you can say, I want to do this, but if this happens first, then liquidate. So they may have a stop loss order here waiting for this to happen.
Right.
Something catastrophic happens and their stop loss kicks in. Automatically. You don't even have to be there because they've already set it.
Right.
That saves their skin so they don't get completely liquidated, even worse.
Right.
You know, when they wake up and go, holy shit, I was only down 50%, now I'm down 80%. Their shit triggered, catastrophic event trigger, boom, and snip, and some people filled their bags. I didn't do it. I just have orders sitting there waiting.
Exactly. All right. Somebody's asking, B-Dog, JC, when will there be a next Beyond Crypto Woo? I just spoke with Janine today. We're recording that this Saturday, and we have tons of stuff to go into. We might do a longer than 1 hour episode as we normally do. So thank you for that question. Okay, Joe, my next question for you, I think we're good with XRP.
Yeah, was it XPRT or something else?
Yeah, XPRT. At some point in your show last night, you said, oh, maybe this replaces Theta. Did I understand you correctly? What did you mean by that?
Replaces Theta. No,
it replaces Theta in your mind of what's best in your bag, or did you mean?
No, that was XRP that replaced Theta, not XPRT.
Right. Okay. So what did you mean about the XPRT? I thought I heard you say it.
I mentioned that mainly because I had a dream when it was $15 or $16, and I asked my guides, how is it coming back down? And if so, what price should I get in? What's the low I should get in? And of course, tell my Patreon members.
Right.
And they show me very distinctly 2 separate numbers, 1 and a 2, that I changed dreams, and then they show me a 1 and a 2 again, different dream. So I'm looking at the price when I wake up going, it's like $15 or $16.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going, well, it's probably going to 12. They're telling me to get in at 12. But it was not a 12. It was a 1 and a separate 2, not combined. And then they gave it to me a freaking second time so my dumbass would understand.
Oh, the thing about the swords.
Yes.
The thing about the sword. Okay, yeah.
And I still am like, no, that's a 12. It's a 12. And here we are at $5-something XPRT. And several days ago when it was higher, I go, hey, guys, just FYI. I can't stop thinking about that dream I had now. All of a sudden, it's coming back. And I said, I swear, we might see $1 to $2 XPRT.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, you know, within that range, because they showed me a 1 and separately and a 2.
Right.
And I go, oh my God. But again, who in their right mind would think that's what they're showing me when the damn thing's 15, 16? It was already going up and up and up. You see the stairs, the 2 giant stair steps. And I'm like, they're probably just this thing's going to pull back a little bit. From what White Dove sounds like, is like, this thing's going to be pretty epic.
Right.
$12, I'm back in. But then it hit 11. Then it was back to 12 again, 10, back to 12. And I go, oh, you know, maybe that's what it was. But no, it's cut it in half from now and we're in the 2s.
Can we talk about XPRT and why you like it so much? Like, I understand for XRP, there's evidence everywhere that it is a banker coin. There's
only one reason
being made and all that.
This is easy.
Okay, so let's go to XPRT. What's the reason? You can change the poster behind you?
No.
No, okay.
Do I have this? Let me go. Songs? I have songs in here? I'll just sing it. 'Cause I'm putting it all on White Dove. Can't pick coins without you. Simply put, White Dove said so. That's it. That is it.
Okay. And I don't want to ask you personal questions, but are you big into XPRT, or is this a side bet kind of?
I tried to get big.
Okay.
But when we first went in, before we even told anybody, this download, Pete's calling me like again frantically, practically, Joe, I got another one. It's never happened.
You were right here somewhere.
Yeah, right there. Yeah. That first line is us with honestly a few grand.
Wow. That
was a few grand.
Wow.
Between the 3 of us basically. And I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, I'm like, I can't feed this slow enough or whatever. Like, this is crazy. And he's like, well, the thing's coming out the next day. The report's coming out. And I'm like, oh my God. I was like, well, let me just try. So we got what we could get. The report came out. It went up even higher. And she was doing like a recap on something. And it came back. Spirit came back again. And he calls me again. He's like, Joe, that like, they won't shut up about XPRT, man. Spirit is all over her ass. He goes, get us some more. And I go, all right. So I went to go back in and get more. Of course, now it's much higher. But we don't care. It's like, well, who cares? We're staking at 35%. You'll make up a lot of it in no time, honestly. So I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So we bought some more, pushed it up a little bit, but that time it was a little easier because there was some more volume in there now. But we didn't go super, super heavy, I'd say. But I did go pretty. I'll say overall, when I did my final amount at $12 and everything else, I'm in there pretty decently. It's not definitely not my biggest holding. It's not my second biggest holding. I don't even know if it's my 3rd biggest holding, but I went decently.
Okay, very good. Chris Ramirez, he's saying, JC, the video on how to access uncensored was on your old channel. How to access the video? Okay, yeah, sorry about that. So on my pay-per-view channel, I had a video that says, here's what you need to do to access the videos. And of course, that video was hosted on my old YouTube channel. And so some of the links are still broken here on my website. I'm just scrambling to get all of this fixed, guys. So, but in the meantime, what I can tell you is, if you go to my page and go to contact us, okay, so beyondmystic.net, click the contact us button. There, I give the instructions on how to access. And here I've put a link to the backup video where it resides on Odyssey. So if you click on that link, it'll bring you to the how-to. Hopefully this works here. It's a little bit slow, but yeah, so it's just loaded. Okay, so at least you have it there. At some point when I figure out the rest of all the things I'm working on the website right now, I'll go and try to find all of those broken links, and it's just a pain here when this happens. But yeah, thank you for letting me know, Chris, because there may be more people who were looking for that video as well, so appreciate that. Okay, Joe, the last one. let's see here. Well, Litecoin. Let's talk about Litecoin. We saw Johnny Kim recently. A lot of people were excited. Some of his purchases, nice car. Now, what's going on with Litecoin? You used to be from my dead cold hands.
Back in the day, boy, I was Litecoin hardcore.
Right. Where are you
Love
today?
some Litecoin.
I know last year you kind of sold all of this. You moved into the other stuff. You've done epic trades. You paid the house. You've done a whole lot of great stuff for yourself.
Where am I with
the
Litecoin?
original gut feeling that it was telling Joe Litecoin is the right coin, as Big Sweer is saying, where is that in your mind? Where does that sit today? Are we eventually going to hit that 4-to-1 ratio we all thought with Bitcoin, as if we're right with the Alta report, the $100,000 Bitcoin parties, maybe by the fall or by Christmas? Are we right to see that maybe Litecoin would be at a quarter of that price? What are your thoughts?
I own currently 3 Litecoin.
All of that. Wow. Okay.
I currently own 3 Litecoin, 3.03. I'll just open them to take a look just to see what I knew it was low. I don't dislike Litecoin. But even at $100, $111, or wherever it's at now,
105 right now.
105.
Yeah.
And that thing was $400. It went down, but again, so did a lot of stuff. Went majorly down.
Yeah.
I like Digibyte a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
A lot better. When I can get something for pennies, and I see the cycle of a lot of these coins, especially the ones that used Bitcoin as the source code before they modified it.
Right.
Like Bitcoin to Litecoin to then Digibyte did. And I see a coin, and I know there's a lot more Digibyte out there by far than Litecoin or,
Sure.
whatever.
Yeah.
So what? Again, it's 3 cents right now. Once again, it's down to 3-something cents. And I'm telling you now, it's going to, when this drop happens, it's going even lower. Maybe quite possibly half of that.
Wow.
But at any rate, am I upset if I'm buying right at 3 cents or 3.2 or 3.3? Hell no.
No.
Because it was just 15 cents recently as its new high. And that thing, as we all have heard from psychics and everything else, we know it's going to do well in the future. So, there's just something that everyone says. I'd like people are going to come into this space and go, how much is one Litecoin? It's $800. Bitcoin's 90,000. Oh, what's this other? Well, Digibyte. Oh, it's only $1. Or maybe at that time it's still pennies. It's it's 40 cents, 30 cents.
Yeah.
And someone can go, oh, I could put a decent amount of money in this and have a lot of these coins. Again, this is that stupid thing we humans do. I want a lot of something. I don't want to know I own a piece of a fraction of a bit. I want a lot of something, man.
Right.
Because if it goes way up, like all these other coins, I'm going to be rich. That's the mindset. It's everybody's mindset. So there's your coin, Digibyte, the sleeping horse, the old horse out of the blue, is what dude gets from Spirit.
Well, I thought that was Dash.
No,
Dash had a blue horse.
Not the blue horse. I don't think.
Hey.
I don't think it was Dash.
No,
Not a blue horse.
Dash at some point had a logo of a blue horse.
But for us, we figured out quickly what they were talking about because we weren't sure at first until it hit. They said, "Old horse out of the blue." He goes, "Something's gonna happen." Boom! When it happened, I go, "Oh my god!" Digibyte spiked huge. I go, "I figured that's what it was. It was a blue thing. It's an older coin. It was like 2014." I go, "Old horse." I said, "Okay." Now we know. I said, "So going forward, anytime you hear the word old horse out of blue, let me know because we know what it is." Well, he gets one day. Oh, they're telling me 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock today, whatever it was, 3 o'clock today. Something on old horse out of the blue. I go, okay. I go right to Patreon an hour before it happens. Woo, dude called something on old horse out of the blue. Something about 4 o'clock today or 3 o'clock, whatever it was. And that son of a bitch went up big, like 39%, one swoop. Whoop. And I go, son of a bitch, man. I'm like, damn, that's incredible. So.
My Planet says, yeah, Digibyte is Seabiscuit. Did you see that movie, Seabiscuit?
I don't think I saw it.
Oh,
the kid from Superman was in there, wasn't he? Or played Spider-Man, I think. What's his name? He played Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah, maybe that's...
I want to say Corey something. It's not Corey. It's something else.
No. Let me just bring it up. Seabiscuit.
I can't think of his name.
Oh, well, that's a remake, so let me find the new one. I just brought up the 1947 one, but it was remade in like 2000 or something. Wait a second. Let's see if I can find another one. Am I getting that wrong? I don't see it now. Oh, wait. Yeah, 2003 was a remake. See if I can... So Jeff Bridges... Okay, so I remember Jeff Bridges was in there. Yeah, McGuire. Is that him?
I thought he was in one of those...
Is that the kid there? I don't think so. Why is his name not coming up here?
Yeah, maybe I'm got the wrong movie. I thought he was in it, but Tobey Maguire is the one I was thinking of, anyways.
Right. Anyways, it's a good movie, and the original one was good too. But the original one, my kids didn't want to watch because they're like, "Daddy, it's old," So
Yeah.
I made them watch this one, and they thought it was pretty cool. All right, cool. Hey, any updates on that crazy dream you were talking about that had any relationship with maybe? Can I even ask you? Hold on, let me put it in your private chat. See, I don't want to put you on the spot. Dream.
They called today, and we're like, "Oh my god, are they gonna tell us what the results showed for my daughter?"
Okay.
And the lady was just telling, no, she's like, "No, it's not that call. We're getting you ready to get these supplements on this other regimen. He wants her on this other stuff, but it's not for that." And I'm like, "Well, Jesus, how long is this thing?" She goes, "Some things were going to be 2 weeks, some things were going to be out to 4 to 6 weeks, and that one's going to be a few weeks." And I go, "Shit, all right, fine. We'll just we'll keep waiting to see," because I'm just like on the edge of my seat wondering, like, "Oh my God, are they going to say, oh, that's it?" And I go, "Oh my God, I got the dream with how to fix the problem, simple as can be." And I go, "Oh my God, that'd be incredible."
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy.
It won't be beyond mystic; it'll be beyond incredible.
Beyond incredible. On that note, folks, that was the episode of Wacky Woo, and of course, we're going through some wacky freaking times. If you need some help getting into this crypto stuff, Joe has 2 packages for you here on his Patreon, which is still active now. JSNIP4 Crypto Woo Woo is the first package, and the second one, JSNIP4 Elite. Can you explain the difference for the audience here who might not know what your services are, Joe?
Yeah, the first one, Throw Me a Bone, I put that up a long time ago because people on YouTube were like, "Hey, I just want to give you a little donation. You took your donation stuff off." I used to have like a PayPal button, and I'm like, "Yeah, I didn't want to bother with it," And they're like, "Well, we want to do something." I'm like, "All right, so I'll just put up a $5 thing. You don't get anything. You can get nothing for that. You just throw me a bone." Right. The next one, the Crypto Woo Woo, is Crypto Woo Woo. I'm not doing TA, technical analyst type stuff on charting. It's not that. It's coming from Woo Woo Dude, which he's been not getting stuff lately on purpose from Spirit. They're like, "Nope, we're cutting you off for a while because shit's about to get crazy." But they've given him a lot of stuff. He's given it to me. I posted it on there. But now it's getting to the point where I'm getting shit in my dreams with prices and targets and stuff, which is incredible. So I post that on there too. It's just pure woo-woo crypto moves that we're doing. And then the JSNIP4 Elite is for people who need a little extra help with something. They want a portfolio review. Hey, do I have good coins? Am I missing some coins I should have? Or hey, I got a problem with my nano, man. I'm trying to do this, and I can't get it to work. I can't restore it. Okay, simple things like that I can help you with. I'm not going to take over like your computer and walk you through a giant first trade and show you how to I have videos that do that. I'll just send you a video if you need to know how to do stuff, which I have videos, private videos that teach you A to B, Crypto 101. It's all private stuff. And I can just go, "Here, watch this," rather than me try to help you to that level, because I just don't have the time to do that kind of level of help.
Right.
So that's kind of what that one's for.
Okay.
And those are Canadian prices, by the way, you're looking at. US dollars is $20. The main one, the only one you need is the middle one. If you're the $40 one, which is the Elite, that gets everything automatically is the 20. Plus you can reach out to me and, ask me all kinds of questions and stuff.
Okay. Well, very good. So, folks, if you're looking to get in here before the FOMO so that you're in a position also maybe to help out your family as they get into this FOMO here very soon, educate yourself, as Cliff High says, educate. So there you go, folks. Any last words of wisdom, Joe, before we go? And first, I'm going to ask people to go and subscribe to your channel here as we're trying to rebuild this community here. This is JSNIP4 2, folks. And let me bring that link back down to the live chat now, so you guys can click on that and go subscribe to Joe's channel. If you didn't already know, he was deleted and rebuilding. And of course, if you're watching this on replay, all the links are in the description box below as well. So, Joe, last word to you. Any words of wisdom navigating maybe not just from the crypto market, but this weird, crazy ass woo we're going into in the next couple of weeks?
Yeah, stay out of everything as far as not crypto, but politically, locally. Just stay. There's gonna be so many people getting involved in shit. As Cliff had said the other day, do stupid things, win stupid prizes. Yeah. Don't do stupid things. That group, that the white terrorist that we caught trying to kidnap Governor Whitmer, And they were BuzzFeed, liberal leftist BuzzFeed did a story I saw today. And they're going through and saying, this kind of doesn't add up. You literally had a whole shitload of FBI undercover agents, informants, telling everybody this is what we're going to do, and we're going to do this, and and then, we're going to nab those guys because they were sitting here listening to us talk, basically. They were in the car with us when we were talking, so they were going to do it with us. That's what this is amounted to. So don't be that person who went to a local patriot group, because chances are the mother effer is a setup from the FBI who is going to use it against you in the court of law. Anything they say will be used against you because they're filming it, they're audio recording it, they're literally entrapping you and setting you up. And by being present, even they're going to try to make you go with the plea deal so they can have headlines. Guy admitted guilt that they tried to. One out of like 12 or 14 people I guess is going to take a plea deal, or so he admitted. Yeah, I was going to do it. Right. The other like dozen said no, we're not guilty. We're not guilty. They freaking set us up. They said everything. They told us everything. The whole plan was theirs, and these guys get away scot-free because they were informants. They didn't break the law. They're informants. So they're allowed to say those things. They're allowed to do those things and say we're going to kidnap somebody. But because they're informants, no one gets we're not charging them. They're our good guys. Just like there were some informants and undercover FBI at the January 6th events.
Joe, you're going to get us deleted again.
Yeah. So don't go anywhere.
Right.
Stay home.
Yeah.
Don't get involved in shit. Just sit back and watch it like you watch us on YouTube. We'll be covering it. Believe me, we'll be covering it.
And on top of that, I would add to that too, work on your vehicle. By that I mean the vehicle that is holding your soul, your spirit, whatever you want to call it. Because right now we're going to be hit by a lot of stresses. And so anything you can do to increase the capacity of this vehicle to navigate the times, you're going to be miles ahead of the competition. So if that means, eat a little bit better, make a little bit better choices in your diet. Maybe go take those supplements that you always thought you should take.
Hey man, I just had some fat ass hibachi right before I came over here.
Awesome.
I don't want to hear nothing about no diet. I was actually thinking about you and Sarah. Actually, when I got back here, I was going, man, it's not that expensive place, and they have really good food. I'm like, they have a vegetable hibachi.
The one you brought us? The one you brought us?
No. Okay. I don't think. Anyway, if I did, I forgot already. But I think we sat in a big table and they cooked in front of us, maybe, or they brought us the food.
You had something you can eat, like a jambalaya, shrimp, something.
Yeah, I think that was a different place. But either way, I was like, man, if they were here, they couldn't say no because they could just get vegetable hibachi, and I could go eat my shrimp.
I'm not saying eat vegetables only, folks. I'm just saying make better choices. Maybe sleep a little bit more.
It's true.
Go outside in nature, hug a tree, ground yourself. Again, these energies are crazy right now. So anything you can do to help your body help you, I think you'll be better for it. So folks, that was the Wacky Woo. Please, before you go, also, please also subscribe here to my third backup channel here, Jean-Claude at BeyondMystic 3. And tomorrow, don't miss this episode with Michael Jaco at 3 p.m. Eastern. It's the spiritual fog of Woo. We're going to get into some of those conspiracy theories. And of course, tomorrow night, our weekly show at 8 o'clock Eastern, Tarot by Janine. Going to be a fabulous show as well. So please join us for that. There you go, Joe. That was fun, man. We should do this again. All right, folks. That's it for tonight. Man, there's something screaming in my ear to tell you guys something else, and I can't quite make it out, and I'm stalling for time until I can hear what I'm saying. So I don't know what it is yet. Give me a second. Joe,
well, I'll talk for a minute. Okay, so I had a thought, and I was like, if I was actually in New Mexico right now, in the area that we always go to, like the house or whatever, the city, whatever you want to call it, it's a little small town. And I'm like, if I was there right now, and all this stuff starting to get a little more crazy, I probably might even say to people, at least my Patreon members, I'd tell them first anyways, how many of you guys want to come out here and just hang out? I'll take you to that park we went to with the little cutout things, go experience the forest a little bit, maybe go for a little hike up the mountain somewhere and just get away from everything. You leave all your electronics back at the house. Let's go and just hang out, chat, meditate, whatever, at a couple of those spots we know, and just unplug. Your body it's like a decompress you. I thought, I might even do that. There'll be no charge. Just your ass is paying for your way over here. But other than that, there's cheap hotels, everything nearby. Like it's
Yeah.
easy, easy to get you guys over there and do a couple, hiking jobs, if you will, up there somewhere around there. Go see some stuff and just decompress. Basically, I thought, I might even offer that to at least my Patreons.
If they can travel here, it's still pretty bad, and we're hearing that they're just barely opening, so that we're going to close again soon. Like there's all these rumors going on. I don't know. I was just interviewed today by Catherine Edwards, and she was asking me about this treasure hunting story. So I gave her the story of how you got connected and how we all got there with our monkey brains thinking about gold, and now this turns out to be a huge spiritual adventure for all of us. So I brought up the website Joe, Dave, and I produced last year or a year and a half ago to do these tours, as Joe was talking about. But of course, we got delayed by events, out of our control. So maybe one day we'll get back to that. So if you don't know what we're talking about, go check this website out, Spiritual Retreat Adventures. It'll give you a taste, and there's a demo video there somewhere. Oh no! That was also deleted.
Oh,
that's the second time. Damn it.
You're right.
You're right. That's gone too. Where would I go for that? It would be on the Mexico page. Let me see here.
Yeah.
It has to be gone. It was on my. Oh man, I keep having to redo this, folks. So we're gonna have to. Yeah. See, it's gone now. Anyways, I have the file. So folks, at some point I'll upload that too. I'll add that to my long list of things that are broken here.
Or I'll just put on Theta, my Theta TV thing, because that thing seems to be safe.
Can you run that through the website with a good poster the same way we can with YouTube? Can you embed it?
Oh, no? I think so. I think it can be embedded.
Yeah. Okay. Because on my Rumble can do that too, I think.
Anyway. We can even use Rumble. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Something other than freaking YouTube.
Yeah. At some point. Yeah. All right, folks. I forgot what I don't know what the thing was. So, anyways, maybe tune in tomorrow. It'll probably come up on the Janine episode. Yeah, it had to do with Janine. Okay. Yeah. Because I had just mentioned Janine. God damn. Joe, it was this close. I almost had it again.
Okay, hold on. Sit here. I'm going to try something.
You're going to send it to me? Is that what you're doing? Okay, folks in the chat, there's 900 people. Send me the energy to focus.
Yeah, send the reminder.
Oh, what is it? No. God damn it. I can't get it, Joe. I'm too giggly now. I can't go.
Someone just tuned in and we're like, what the hell are these bozos doing?
Who's tickling me? What the hell? Everybody's watching. What the hell are these guys talking about? Yeah, we're on crack. This is the wacky movie.
Don't mind us. We're on some of that wacky. We're on that wacky tobacco.
Yeah. So Joe and I want to do these every 2 weeks, folks. So after the show, Joe and I will figure out the next date here, but probably this same time in 2 weeks from now, we'll get back and we'll do these shows. Especially now, given the times we're in now, I think it's fun to be able to be in community, have fun, share a little bit of information, take your questions, and there's a lot of people laughing in the chat right now. So good. That's good. That's healing for everyone. Laughter is key. All right, Joe.
Man.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much, everyone. Have a great evening.
Take care.